And Sister McCannon Brown is a well-known Milwaukee activist from her many years with Repairers of the Breach, a social service organization that she co-founded.
Yes, and so she's joining us this morning on 411 Forward. Thank you, Sister. Help people understand what makes this sanctuary different from anything that is already happening here in the city.
It's much larger, and the scope of what we ultimately are planning to offer is very large. It's going to be a mega help center, but even first floor, which is more a replication of what was done before, it will offer more space and more resources.
And I like this term that you use, sanctuary. It's not a homeless shelter.
It's a refuge, but it's also a community center with the emphasis on the word community.
And how will you go about that? What needs to happen now? What do you hope this to be?
We're on our way of getting there because we are in two places, a temporary site and on-site at that building, doing outreach, and that's growing. It's been going on since February of 2015 at a temporary site. In any case, what we have is the nucleus or the core community of people who have been there, people who have been homeless or lived in at-risk situations, as the core community with leadership that then expands to be the hospitality and a backbone of the outreach. That is what we build on. That's the foundation of people's profound understanding because of their walk. And then we bring that into a context of lots of resources.
So this is not only a hand up, but these are people who have the experience of where the population that they're dealing with has been. Is this a different model?
This is a replication of the model that I've been honored to lead and help deliver. And it's something that draws people and resources. Currently, as we are almost 4 years from the launching of this organization, we have now 40 partnering faith communities, a large network of people who are willing to volunteer and be resources, as well as we have, I think it's around 600 donors, 600 donors at this point who provide financial backing.
So it's quite the team effort here. But you also have your hands on a book that has really gotten jump-started, I would say, the conversation. Evicted. Why did you bring this?
There is going to be more understanding of homelessness from the people who read this book. The people who read this will see you can't put poverty in one box and homelessness in another box. The people who live in poverty are in and out of homelessness, so it's a blurry combination of the two. This helps people understand the plight, which is often misunderstood.
And you think that this should be a citywide read?
Yes, required.
It's the new year. People are looking for new challenges, new ideas, books to read. You would say this would be a good one. It also tells a Milwaukee story, right?
Yes, it is based on the Milwaukee landscape of what happens with people who are evicted. And it puts a whole lot of light on why we need to change the narrative. We need to change the equation. Just as an example, there was a time where tuberculosis was being treated with damp air. And there was this illuminating moment where it was discovered dry air is better. With the current scene in Milwaukee, rather than fear-driven, blame-driven attitudes toward homeless people, let's turn it into, let's have people have possibilities. Let's, instead of having it be where so many are incarcerated when they are destitute or desperate, let's give them something that turns that completely around and offers all kinds of help and assistance.
Sister, why do you think this has been laid on your heart and your mission?
It's at the core of my being. I'm a vowed religious woman, but even without that credential, it is just something I'm honored and blessed to be in a called walk.
And you believe the narrative is changing in Milwaukee?
Slowly, but this will propel this. What we're doing at 24th and Center, we believe, and engaging many more people to be with us with this vision that's larger than any of us. And that's happening. You know, that's happening as more and more groups take part.
And we want to talk about that. So
Okay.
stay with us here.
Yes.